Hi, good evening. Welcome to my channel. My name is Uzondu, and I live in the Netherlands currently. Um, and today is the kickoff with the Empowering Parents Cafe. So if you're here, obviously I can't see you. So put it in the chat and I'll try to. It's a kickoff, so I'm learning. I'll try to see what's happening. Um, and hopefully then I can, just introduce yourself, say hi, and if you have anything that you want to discuss, then feel free to put it in the chat. It's a cafe. In my case, it's not cafe, but it's tea. So I hope you got something to drink. Today it's Thursday, May 19th, 2022, or 2022. And it's super exciting. So you might notice I'm a bit nervous. I started doing this last week. Then I did a session in Dutch. And my goal is just to sort of maybe unite parents without making it like a empowerment movement, but I feel that the first 4 years that your child is young and before your child is going to primary school, those years there's a lot of attention from everybody, from all the organizations. So in case any question pops up, there's a you have your regular appointments for vaccinations or anything, and you can ask your questions there. And then as your children grow older, somehow you're sort of left on your own, to your own devices. So you ask your mom or you ask your dad, and maybe you discuss things with your neighbors, but you don't really have those. You no longer have those conversations that you really just talk about. Okay, how are you dealing with this, or how are you dealing with that? So I figured that it takes a village to raise a child. So it would be good to find some other parents and see whether, just whether the questions that you have, that somebody else can answer them, or that the really good things that you've discovered, that somebody else is actually looking for that bit of advice. So so that was the idea, and let's see how it goes. The goal for me is to do this for at least 3 times, but then someone already advised me, no, you have to continue, because it's all about continuance. And in that aspect, I think YouTubing is just like parenting. You just start, so you don't really know what you're getting yourself into, and you just keep on going. You're learning by doing very very often. You can read a book about it, but you have to do it. You just have to do it. So I got the advice to check on my phone. Now my phone broke last night, so I found this old phone, and I'm going to see, because last week I discovered that I can't see whether there's anybody else in viewing. So I don't want to ignore people, but yeah. So I'm going to see whether I can find it on my phone, and it disappeared. Okay. Yep, found the live. Nope, that's not this one. And then I'll try to put the sound off. Okay, so as I said, this is an old phone, so it's really slow. Things don't always go the way you want them to. Again, I got my kid in bed in time. I wonder how you're doing with your children, and whether this was the time that, yeah, and are they in bed already, or do they go to bed much later? Okay, silent mode, found it. And now YouTube back again. I'm not much of a multitasker. I don't know. Somehow a lot of people still say that women are multitaskers. Personally, I believe that mothers should have received an extra pair of arms and hands when their first child was born, because you really could use that extra pair of hands. But yeah, multitasking is not my strongest suit. Of course, there are all these official, how do you call them, researchers that have said, oh, yeah, you know what, I think there's one where they have people walk across a parkour, and with their phone, and give them an assignment to do on their phone as they're walking. And then another group gets to walk and then do the same assignment. Guess what's faster and more accurate? So yeah. It's really weird to see myself on my phone. But anyway, I hope that this way I can at least see the chat and see whether there's a question or a remark coming up. Yeah, so, sorry, T. I think as a parent, it's really important that you take care of yourself. Maybe even first, they always give that example of, in planes, in case of an accident, then first, grasp your own mask and then take care of your child. But yeah, we really do. Often parents tend to forget about themselves because it's all about the children, getting them in time on in school, or to their friends or whatever. And then, yeah, parents tend to forget about themselves. But if you don't take care of yourself, then how much energy, how much time, how much passion and is there to give? Because when you drain the battery, it gets really, really difficult to have that power to take care of or interact with your ADHD child. Yeah. Okay. So what I was thinking about to discuss today was was being the parent that you want to be. I wonder whether you feel that you are the parent that you would like to be, whether you are the parent that you had imagined you would be, or maybe you didn't even have an idea of how you would like to parent. And of course, when most of the parents, they moved out of their parents' house, and then you have this wonderful independent life where you no longer have um, your responsibility towards your parents, and you can do whatever you please, and then you meet the partner of the love of your life, and you get married and you have children. That's all in the perfectly ideal situation that everything runs smoothly, just like in the movies. um, and being together with somebody else is already a different stage in that growing up. You suddenly you're there's somebody else who wants something from you. So you had this period where you're like, my life is my life and I can do everything on my own. And then you're together. There are a lot of things that are nice about being together, but it also takes a different set of responsibility. And then the children come, they arrive, and the responsibility between two grown-ups. Suddenly you're responsible for this newborn who isn't really able to do anything, and you get to be responsible for that new life for a pretty long time if you're lucky. I think, in my case, lucky. And it's someone who depends on you and puts a claim on you and challenges you. Can have a mind of their own, even when you have completely different ideas. So it's parenting. Becoming a parent means you have to continue growing because your child grows. So yeah, just if you're watching this in the replay or you're here, then think about it and put it in the chat, or leave a comment, and let me know whether just share whether you think you are the parent that you thought you would be, and whether you feel like you're happy with how you're parenting. Obviously you're not perfect, nobody can be perfect, but actually maybe you can. It depends on the definition of, or your definition of being perfect. But are you enjoying your parenting? Do you smile a lot? Do you love your life when it comes to everything? And of course, then the proof of the pudding is in the eating. What does your child think about your parenting? Probably if your child is still in that primary school age, up till 11, 12-ish, most children are still in that state. They're like, oh, my dad is the best, my mom is the best, I love you too. And then, after comes that stage where they realize that their parents are just humans, they make mistakes and everything. But yeah, it would be nice to know, okay, how does your kid think about the way you parent? And it might actually give you some interesting dinner conversations. Not making it a really big issue, but just, as you're sitting down, eating dinner, to just ask them, not just what do you think of mummy? But, oh, what do you appreciate about how I am your parent? Or what do you, well, maybe you don't want to go to where too quickly to, okay, what are the things you don't like? But um, yeah, I think it would give some interesting conversations, and it can give you some feedback, not just on how you are doing, but also how your child sees the world, how your child sees your family, um, what the things are that are important to your child, and which things he or she appreciates. Oh, that reminds me, the he and she, and now there's this them that we need to incorporate in our communication. I'm not that good with that. Sorry about that. It doesn't mean that I want to offend anyone, but I'm not going to say that you can't teach an old dog any tricks. It's something that I might have to practice. But I'm old school. I mean, I listen to music from the 60s and the 70s. My furniture is from the 60s and the 70s. I've got those vintage dresses from the 60s and the 70s. Um, so yeah, so getting used to um, all the new things that are coming up. The groups, the more groups that are becoming empowered. Even though I can appreciate it, it still takes some time to adapt to. So please don't feel offended. And even when I speak about moms and dads that have moms and dads and then children and the perfect family situation, then I personally know that that's not always the case. And it's not always easy to have to get the children or to receive the children that you so dearly wished for. But if you're listening to and tuning into this channel, then I'm assuming that you do have children, and that you're either a mother or a father, or something in between, or something completely different. But you just want the best for your child. You want your child to be happy, and eventually you want your child to be able to be happy even when you're not around. You're not around in the classroom. You're not around when he or she is playing, when your child is playing outside. And you won't be around when your child is going to secondary school. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm assuming that you've got children, and you want the best for them. Then my point is that wanting the best for your child, for your children, is, well, I wouldn't say it's not enough, but a way to getting that is by wanting the best for yourself. So obviously I made some notes because it's difficult to talk about something without rambling on all the time, although I'm a good talker. But yeah, I made some notes. um so yeah, if you want your child to have that solid that solid foundation, and you want to be a certain type of parent, a parent that sort of knows what they're doing, sort of with a certain sense of confidence. Even when you're making mistakes, that you can have that confidence. Then there are 4, maybe 3, depends on your situation, but 4 steps that that can help you to achieve that perfect, but that nice life for both yourself and your child. So then the first would be to really look at yourself, to know what you like to achieve, to know what you like to achieve for your child, to know where you're coming from, and what your values are, what you find important. And the second one would be to get to know your child, and not just what you see, but when we look at our children, we often look at them through our own glasses, and those glasses have been formed by how we've lived our lives, and that goes for everything. Even in an organization, within an organization, most managers look at their team members, at their employees, through a set of expectations and what they know is needed, but also what they deem is normal. And that doesn't always mean that they can see all the potential that their employees have, because they just look at, okay, this is what I need, and they don't always see what else there is. So the same goes for parents. Even though you probably love your child to bits, but it doesn't always mean that you can really, really see the inner world of your child. It's a bit like a black box. Something's happening on the inside, but and you can see a result on the outside, but you're not always conscious, or you can't always see what's happening on the inside. So get to know your child. And then the third would be, if you're parenting with someone, even when it's your ex, but very importantly would be to operate as a team, because that has an effect on the well-being of your child, and also obviously on how you experience being a parent. When you have the yin and yang parents, that was probably different from fighting all the time, and because that will drain your energy as well. And then the fourth step is to have a parenting method. There are a lot of parenting methods, and there are numerous of books about how to raise your child. So find a method that suits you. To me, that is respectful leadership, which isn't really a parenting method. Initially, it came from Lean, which is a process improvement method. But it's a process improvement method from Japan, where the managers are really supportive of the talent of their employees. So until the recent developments, uh, employees weren't laid off within Toyota. They got promoted, or they got different jobs to do. There was always something else to do within the organization. And to me, that basic, that underlying management style was something that really inspired me and that I really dived deep into. And when I had my daughter, I've got a daughter, a 9-year-old, almost 9-year-old, and I just went back to what I already knew. So without going to all the books, I just went to what I knew about how to treat people, how to interact with people, how to communicate with people, and I've applied that in my parenting. So the respectful leadership, the empowerment of that's the method that suits me. But yeah, just find a method that suits you. So that's step 4. If there's anything you'd like to discuss about those 4 steps, then leave a comment, and I will pick your questions up in one of the next online cafes. What I'm doing is I'm doing one every week, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Eastern Summer Time currently. And this week it's in English. Next week it will be in Dutch, since I'm living in the Netherlands. And the week after it will be in English again. So it's every bi-weekly. So this Empowering Parents Cafe, online Empowering Parents Cafe, is bi-weekly. My name is Uzondu. It's almost 8:30, so I'm turning off, and it's lovely to do this. It's lovely to share and to empower other parents. And I hope you enjoy your evening, enjoy the coming week, or if you're only listening to the English ones, enjoy the coming 2 weeks. And let me know what you're dealing with. Let me know what you're wondering about. Let me know what you're trying to achieve in your parenting. And I completely forgot. I should actually maybe share some anecdotes about what I've encountered in my coaching, what I've seen with children during the years. But yeah, okay, let's make that decision. We'll do that next week, and the week after, and next week would be probably about how to get to know your child, or to share more about empowering and how to empower your child. Let me know whether you want how to get to know your child, and or what are the aspects of empowerment when you look at the respectful leadership. I'm curious to find out. Bye.